When we fight, we win was the mantra of the late July contract expiration rally at 6 Bowdoin Square in Boston. Over 1,700 members of Local 2222, T6 locals, CWA, and other unions came to the rally to send a loud and clear message to Verizon that we will not accept your proposals and we are willing to do whatever it takes to maintain our job.
That time has come, and finally we're starting to see a groundswell in this country, whether it be $15 an hour for fast food workers in New York City, or the IBEW reaching its all-time high membership, A membership. People are starting to get it. When a CEO like Lowell McAdams makes over $9,000 an hour, by lunchtime, he has made more than the average American family makes in 1 year, by lunchtime. So halfway through the second day of work, Lowell McAdams stops paying Social Security taxes. We pay 6.25%, our employer pays 6.25%, and that stops at $118,500. So through the second day, Lowell McAdams stops paying Social Security tax, where we pay for the rest of the year. We've all heard of the corporate tax rate. It has to be lowered. There's $1 trillion of money sitting on outside banks. It has to be lowered so American corporate profits can be taken home. How much lower can you get than Verizon? Negative 2.9% corporate tax rate. Negative. How much lower can you get? They don't pay any taxes. How is this? Because our elected officials allow it. Sorry, we have an awful lot of friends that hold in elected positions, but a lot of them like to play both sides of the fence. They play both sides of the fence. It can stop if we make them stop. Yeah! A lot of people have never heard of this building. It's called the Uglin House. It's in the Cayman Islands. It's a 5-story building, not big, not a lot of square footage, 5-story building in the Cayman Islands. It's also home to 18,857 corporations. It must be a real wide building. For 18,000 businesses, the United States corporations call that building home. While we pay our taxes every single week, they're hiding all their corporate profits on the Cayman Islands. In Delaware, 1209 North Orange Street, Wilmington, Delaware. That building has 217,000 corporations call that building home because of Delaware's lenient tax rules. The roads and bridges we drive on, the police and fire who keep us safe, our soldiers, the weapons, snowplows, a reminder of this winter, the tremendous work the FBI, the CIA do at fighting terrorism, all cost money that we Americans pay. So another question to our elected officials. Why do our elected officials allow corporations to pay zero?
Lobbyists.
Why doesn't Verizon have to pay for soldiers in Afghanistan, or bombs, or ships, or the asphalt, or the police, or the fire, or the teachers? Why does Verizon not have to pay any of that? They're getting a free ride on our dime, as well as other corporations in this country, and it's time to stop. We must demand our elected officials to stop taking their PAC money and stop playing both sides of the fence.
Enough
We've been paying our fair share for too long.
I would not be a member of Congress if it wasn't for the people in Local 2222, so thank you. It's good to be with you, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
And I do mean brothers and sisters. My sister Donna is a member of Local 2222. I see a lot of union members here, though. I think you got a lot of help. I want to say thank you to our brothers and sisters from Hotel Restaurant Workers, Local 26. I want to say thank you to all our brothers and sisters from the Massachusetts building trades. And I want to say thank you to our president, former rail worker, president of the AFL-CIO, Steve Tolman. You know, this fight is not just about this one contract. This fight is about respect. This is very basic. All you're asking for is decent pay so you can provide for your families, decent health care. Yes. And at the end of your working lives, you want to have a pension. Yes. When everything's said and done. You just want to take a little bit out of your pay every month so that 30 years out, you'll have something there for you for your retirement.
From a company that's making billions!
It's pretty sad when you have a company that made $4.4 billion last month and they don't want to give you just that basic respect.
Bullshit!
You're not just fighting the fight for the IBEW Local 2222. We're fighting it for all American workers. You know, we had an economist the other day down in Washington tell us that this is a new economy, they said. This is a new economy. They call it the Starbucks economy. And they said we're going to rely on service jobs, and so the technicians' jobs, the skilled jobs that you do every single day aren't going to be as important. But I said to them, if we're going to have a Starbucks economy, you got to have somebody who can walk into Starbucks and pay $5 for a cup of coffee. That's what we're missing here. Verizon's decisions in the previous months and years to export jobs overseas has hollowed out the middle class. And that is a threat to America. It's a threat to the American dream. So this fight isn't just for Local 2222. This fight is for America, for every single worker and our sons and daughters out there as well. And I know in my heart, when you're standing on that picket line and fighting for your wages and benefits in this fight, you're fighting for all America. And I want you to know that America stands with you.
I'm proud to announce that Local 2222 of the IBEW has formally endorsed for President of the United States, Bernie Sanders of Vermont, as our candidate. Now, Senator Sanders is down in D.C. doing what he has to do as a presidential candidate. So he couldn't be with us tonight, but he's the only candidate in this race that sent a letter to be read to each and every one of you. Because your fight is his fight. He means it. He speaks from the heart. I want to bring up from the Sanders campaign and from the SEIU our great friend Rand Wilson to read the letter from Senator Sanders. I'm not going to... Feel the burn! Feel the burn! Feel the burn! I'm not going to read the whole letter because we want to get to Fitzy. But I'm going to read a paragraph of it. The richest nation in the world cannot be a nation where nearly all the income is for the top 1%, for the billionaire oligarchs. America cannot continue to be a nation where we're satisfied to just hang on to the gains from a previous generation. As those of you here gathered today know all too well, we need an economy that works for the middle class, not just the wealthy. Working together for a fair contract, IBEW and CWA represent the best of what we can be. I am hopeful you will reach a fair contract. I am proud to support your efforts. Know that you stand together and can win this fight. But if there are roadblocks, as in years past, you know that I will be there with you until a fair contract is negotiated. Stay strong, keep up the fight. Sincerely, Bernie Sanders.
So we're here again. We're not alone. We're not alone. We have our friends with us. We've been here before. I started in 1960 for these people. They're a public utility. They used to have a hospital and a doctor and some nurses to send their people in. Today they're corporate people. They want to take your benefits away.
Yes.
This is survival to us. They put out bulletins of how good the job is, and they put it on television. And, like they gave it to you. Like there were people that it was they gave it to you. This is sweat, blood, and tears. We've struck. We've had people fired. We've had deaths. This is nothing new to us. There's nothing here that we haven't worked for and sweat for. They talk about organized crime. These people are organized crime. They're anti-American. They deport jobs. They're about nothing but themselves. They're the new breed. They'd have your home, 15 people working in a banana republic for $7 an hour, and that's what they're looking to do. And we're not going to stand for it. We've got a membership here. We've worked on this before. This is like Groundhog Day. I've been here in '68. We struck them and we suffered. Our cause is the greatest there is. Survival! Organized labor's become weak in this country, and that's a problem. Now it's everybody moves around and who's doing what. That's the problem. We only get at the community here and come in crisis. All right? The gift we got now is desperation. We have to be desperate. Now we've had a membership that's been tried and true. The retirals will be here. I'm here, I'm not retired. It's in the blood, it's in the heart. We've got the best business agent. We've got the most successful labor leader in the last 30 years. A guy with a big heart and all the intestinal fortitude that you could ever hope for down there. We've been there before. We're committed. We are not going to go quietly, if at all. And that's the way it is. That's the way the cycle is. There's a commitment. Our membership is veteran. They've been there. Our leadership is veteran. They're committed. We're committed to take these people on. It's our survival. Our commitments, what changes all those promises into reality. It's those words boldly spoken about your intentions, but your actions will speak a hell of a lot louder than your words. It's coming out day after day, week after week, year after year. Make a time when there is no time. It's the stuff character's made of. It's the ability to change the face of things. It's the daily victory of integrity over cynicism. I've learned that here with all you people. And each day I go deeper in your debt. We're going to take these people on. We're proven!
Welcome to Boston. We're a union city and we're damn proud of it. Paul mentioned earlier of a union mayor. But this city doesn't work without unions. Every beautiful building in that skyline, it's the building trades. The healthcare industry, it's the nurses and SEIU. I can go on and on and on. The T union members. We are the economic engine, the lifeblood. And we're with you. And I know I'm going to miss you tonight, but there's a tremendous group of solidarity because Boston is not a slogan solidarity, it's a way of life.
When I was coming down here, I was thinking about what I was going to say. And I was remembering a conversation earlier this morning with Miles Kelvey. And he talked about a company that had $110 billion in sales, and $10 billion in profit last year. He talked about a company that was built by the members in front of me and all around the country by hard-working people. And he talked about a company that wants to start taking away health care from our retirees. Brothers and sisters, may I ask, do you think that's fair? No! Well, let me tell you something. You're right. And the Massachusetts AFL-CIO with the National AFL-CIO, brothers and sisters, is pledged to stand with you, to challenge this corporate greed, to tell them it's not going to go on. It's not going to happen here, because we are going to stand together. And you heard it, the firefighters, the painters, the hotel workers, the nurses, the police. We are going to stand together. This is not going to be tolerated. Brothers and sisters, you are right. Corporate greed is wrong. And I pledge to you, 400,000 members will stand with your back, will stand with your shoulder to shoulder, because we are not going to tolerate this. We're going to have a rainstorm, a snowstorm. We're going to be out there with you. Are you ready? Let's tell the bastards to negotiate fair at the table. Let's tell them to go to the table and do what's right by the very people who built this company. That's what they should do. And we will stand with you. I am honored to be here tonight. I am honored. And let me tell you, if I had hair, I would have dyed it red. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you. We will stand with you. We will fight with you because you are right.
You know, when I talk about us, I mean all of us. I don't mean IBEW 2222. I don't mean CWA. I don't mean just telephone workers. When you hear people up here talk about us, it's about all of us. All of us. All of us in the 99% fighting back against the corporate pigs in the 1%. It's about all of us. Everybody!
Anything worth having is worth fighting for. Now this fight might be about a contract, but it's a hell of a lot more than that. It's about dignity. It's about respect. It's about the right to fight for the American dream. 4 years ago, when we were out Post Office Square, I said something then that rings as true today as it did then. When you go out on strike, and it gets hard, and it's gonna get hard, and you question yourself, remember, people are watching you, and those people are your children, and you need to teach them to live on their feet, not on their knees. We're gonna win this fight. The firefighters are gonna be right next to you on the lines, and remember, when we fight, God bless, hang tough, we're with you. Let's go, give it up for Enzo Kelly.
Now, the last time we gathered together, we talked about tearing down a wall at Verizon. On the other side of that wall were the Verizon business workers. That merger after merger, those workers were left out, hung out to dry. They were on the other side of a wall, non-union. They wanted to be part of our union, but the company fought every single step of the way. But when we got together, when 50,000 unionized workers got together and said, Mr. Seidenberg, Mr. McAdam, tear down that wall, they came into our union, and I'm proud that now those Verizon business brothers and sisters are in our union. Well, here we go again. Here we go again, because that same corporation that fought those workers are now taking money out of Wireline, the network that you built, the network that you built and our retirees built over the years. And they're funneling those resources into Verizon Wireless. And when those workers stood up at Verizon Wireless and said, you know, we deserve
a voice in the workplace. We deserve a union card in our pocket. We want to be members of the CWA and of the IBEW. Verizon started an anti-union campaign on them too. But is that going to happen this time, brothers and sisters? Are we going to let them fight Verizon wireless workers? We are one union. We are one company. We are one workforce. There's a couple of stores in the Northeast that took the plunge early and voted to organize at great peril to their own jobs, but they knew it was right. We're lucky to have one of them with us tonight. From the Everett store, Verizon Wireless, please welcome Mike Cassay.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mike Tassay, and I'm newly elected Chief Steward at Verizon Wireless Retail in Everett, Massachusetts. My co-workers and I voted to join CWA back in October. This past weekend I attended a rally for Verizon and was blown away with how supportive and powerful the response at the rally was. For years, Verizon has kept us divided and made numerous claims about how bad the union was. That was until last year when Brooklyn and Everett tore down that wall and showed Verizon that we have a voice. Enough is enough. Verizon workers are waking up. A change is coming, a revolution is coming. We are sick and tired of Verizon raising our quotas and making it more difficult to do our job. Tired of having benefits and pay taken from us. Tired of being taken advantage day in and day out. It stops now. Your fight is indeed our fight, and together we're more powerful than Verizon could possibly imagine. We have the power and we have the voice to let it be known that we're done with Verizon's politics and greed. Brothers and sisters, I told you a change was coming and I told you a revolution was starting. Verizon continued to divide us and break us down, but I promise you that we will prevail, and I promise you we will be stronger. Everett and Brooklyn won't be the last wireless stores to unionize, and I promise you I won't be the last wireless worker to be on stage speaking to my brothers and sisters. Your fight is our fight, and we are union strong.
All right, brothers and sisters, now you know that our negotiating team is still down in Rye, New York. The company's still pissing around with their proposal. They haven't offered one counter proposal to the union's proposals over the last 6 weeks. Maybe now, with 1,000 of you breathing down their necks and ready to burn down their buildings, will they take negotiations seriously? Are you ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to strike? Yeah! Because when we fight, we win! When we fight, we win! When we fight, we win!
All right? And the little girls right here, close your ears, close your eyes, because it's not going to be pretty. I'm telling you this right now. Well, I'm Brian Case, 2321, and this is my counter proposal to Verizon. Take your cuts, crinkle them into a little ball, and shove them straight up. We're not doing it back! I'm sick of this! You can't have our job security! You can't have our pensions! You cannot lay us off! It is not going to happen! I'll see you on the streets! Bring it! Come! Get some!
I'm Blackburn, business agent for IBEW 2323. IBEW, you ready to go to war? You ready to fight? We've been paying on the installment plan for 25 years. Our brothers and sisters in '89 paid the premium. Are you ready to pay in full Saturday night and fight back and do what we're going to do? Are you ready to fight for job security? I can't hear you. Make them hear you. Are you ready? Are you ready to fight for your benefits? Are you ready to fight for a meaningful retirement? Louder. They can't hear you in Rye. They need to. Are you ready? Good. We're going to get a fair contract, and if we're not, we're going to take it from them. They don't think you have the heart to stay on the street. You have the heart to fight them back? You're the tip of the spear we're going to stuff in their goddamn hearts. So we're going to win this thing. Let's go.
Like I said, I'm the assistant business manager for Local 2324 out of Springfield. I've been a member of the union for 23 years. By being a member of the union and reaping the wonderful benefits from being affiliated with the union has afforded me a happy and financially stable existence. However, this is not about money. It's about our futures, our children's futures, and the betterment and advancement of American working class. Right now, for 7 years prior, there's been an all-out assault on the working people in this nation. It's bullshit. We need to stop it. We need to stick together and fight. With 2 days left until the contract expiration, we come here to show our commitment to our bargaining committee, our commitment to our families, and our commitment to each other. We will do whatever is necessary to provide a future to our families. We have been here before, and we'll get through this like we always do. Together, prepared, united. We know some people don't understand what it is to be a union member, but you all do. We're union. We're proven. Thank you.
We need to get a little bit louder. We need to send a stronger message, not only to Verizon, but to every building that surrounds us, to every worker, white collar, blue collar, young and old, to every socioeconomic class in this city. We need to send a message that we're not just fighting for us, we're fighting for them too. That we're fighting for a middle class. We are not simply co-workers. We are brothers and sisters of the IBEW and CWA. We are not just workers making a paycheck. We have been, are now, and always will be the only force in this country standing up against corporate greed, fighting for workers' rights, sacrificing for future generations. We are the union, we are the middle class, we are proud Americans, and we will fight till the goddamn death to make sure that this corporation doesn't ruin that. We must not capitulate to a roving band of corporate greeders who have never known the struggle of climbing a 40-foot pole in 95-degree heat, of being forced to work every single weekend and miss their kids' soccer games and dance recitals, of taking off the boots at night with an aching back and swollen feet. These jerks don't know the value of hard work because they have never done it. They don't know the meaning of solidarity because they've never felt it. They don't have a heart or know the meaning of heart because they don't have one.